They so lame. A lot of folks wanna see me losing this game, but I'ma make it so y'all remember the name. I'm going through love, and I'm going through pain. It's like as things change, they just staying the same. A lot of folks wanna see me losing this game, but I'ma make it so y'all remember the name. I'm going through love, and I'm going through pain. It's like as things change, they just staying the same.
Lost and I'm tripping, I should blaze, but in my damn mind, I could hit a landmine. Not even a hand sign pointing which direction is straight up. I'm just lost in my ways too. I wish I was Babe Ruth, so someone would think I'm the greatest. But instead, people hate you, lying to your face, telling all the wrong ways, trying to stray up. I put my headphones on all the way up, light a J up, put my A game face on like a slayer. All the AR guys don't wanna pay up. If they got a billion name, boy, better pay up. Driving me insane, homie, straight up. If it bubbles at the surface, my temper spitting curses, doing disservice. I'll just the vermin, I'm better than that, because I'm so down to earth, but I'm still attacking while barely intact.
A lot of folks wanna see me losing this game, but I'ma make it so y'all remember the name. I'm going through love, and I'm going through pain. It's like as things change, they just staying the same. A lot of folks wanna see me losing this game, but I'ma make it so y'all remember the name. I'm going through love, and I'm going through pain. It's like as things change, they just staying the same.
Welcome back, baby. Welcome. You know what time it is. It's Hump Day. It is Wednesday, February 11th, 2026, and you're watching One More Round Fights. I'm the host of this here channel. Yes, I am. Gaff. I do this shit every damn week, most days of it. All right, I give you guys MMA and boxing, tips, picks, parlays, tricks, you know, all that shit. And I'm back again, giving you guys another slate. Like, come on, guys. I give you guys all week content. I mean, come on. Let's rattle it off, shall we? Let's start the week off. CP units on Fridays. I simulate the fights, get an idea how these fights are gonna go. All right. If we don't have that, I bring the locker room to you guys. An inside look at all the betting tactics and what we should have our eyes on betting wise. Saturday, I give you guys watch-alongs, whether it's PFL, boxing, MMA. On Sunday, I give you guys the live chat. We wrap up the entire week, put a nice little bow on the combat fight sphere. Come on, the combat sports fight sphere. I got that shit in a motherfucking guillotine, bitch. And guess what? Monday, we bring you guys Monday Matchmaker. Tuesday, we bring you TKO Tuesdays. And Wednesday, what you're watching right now, is Hump Day, where we give you guys the best grapplers and what they've been doing around MMA. So come on, man. Don't hold on to that like. Don't hold on to that sub. Let it go. Let it go. We're trying to get to that number. So please subscribe to the channel. Scan that QR code. It'll subscribe you to the YouTube. And if you're trying to, get in touch with all our other various social medias, go ahead. YouTube.com/One More Round Fights. One More Round Fights everywhere except for X, where it is One More Round F8. And X is important. That's where we live tweet for the fights as they go on. I'm scoring them as we go. I'm doing all types of shit on that Twitter, bro. I'm dropping cut downs, maybe some polls on there. Polls. Feel me? So don't forget, Scan the QR code. Become familiar with the channel. I also operate over here. I be doing watch-alongs for the UFC on the main card minute. So please don't hesitate to hit that QR code for that as well. And just for housekeeping purposes, main card minute on your left, one more round fights on your right. All right. Yeah, send anything you got to one more round fights at gmail.com. Show some love to the channel. It's okay. If you like the content, you like the content. If you don't, okay, it isn't for you. Get the fuck on out of here, bitch. All right. But anyways, let's talk about it. I mean, actually, you know what? Let's talk about the chat first. Blood and Beer says, fix that title, Fafney. What happened with the title? What happened with post UFC Vegas? Oh, that's good. That's rich. I love that. Let's see if we can do it from here. Appreciate you, Blood and Beer. My guy, here bright and early, catching my mistakes. He said, no. We're not going to let this slide. We're not letting this slide. Okay. He said, you had a brain fart. I'm going to help you fix this brain fart. And now I got to fix it across 3 different platforms. That's going to not go well. That's going to not go well. Changes saved depending on, stream must be scheduled. Future. Okay. I can't edit it. I can't do it. I have to be in a different portion. It's okay. Who gives a fuck? We know what we're here and we know what we're talking about. Okay. And guess what we're here talking about, guys? That's right. That's right. The best grapplers in MMA, because that's what we do on Hump Day. That's what we do on Hump Day. There's nothing else to do but talk about grapplers. Yesterday, we brought you guys TKO Tuesday, and TKO Tuesdays is where we break down all the best knockouts in MMA, boxing, BKFC even. And guess what? Wednesday, Hump Day, that's when we break down the grapplers, baby, what they were doing. Submission attempts, takedowns, all that. All that. Submission victories, crap parlays. We won't have one at the end of this one, but next week, if you guys are good and you get that 750, oh yeah, maybe we'll have a show next week, nice and early. And I could break down the grapplers on the upcoming UFC Houston card, because there's a lot of submission props I see there as well. Like I said, on this card, I saw a lot of decisions and submissions. Hopefully we could have got our TKOs. We didn't get our TKOs. TKO Tuesday didn't go our way. It is what it is. You know what I mean? It is what it is. We're gonna take that. We're gonna move into this week. We're gonna get smarter from it, and we're gonna craft something that's gonna hit. Subber Dubber was close, man. Subber Dubber was close. I know. If you guys took that Subber parlay, if you round robined it, you said thank you, Gaff. You're a fucking king and a god. And I should probably follow you more, and this channel should be bigger. If you round robined it, you're thanking me. If you took it straight up, you're like, damn, that was close, but I got to come back this week. And we got some haters too. It's okay. You can hate if you want, but we were damn close. If Jalton got a sub, bro, that plus 4,400 on our first subber parlay would have cashed, yo. It would have cashed if we had our Jalton Almeida sub, but no, we get our Mario Bautista. We got our Jacob Wicklax. Again, I forget to round robin it. I only ended up taking it straight up. So it is what it is. And unfortunately, the easiest parlay that should have been ended up being the toughest and not hitting at all. The Dubber parlay. My Lord. All I needed was one takedown from either of these guys. Kyoji didn't. I don't even think Kyoji attempted one. Did he? If he even got one, well, whoop-de-doo, because Jalton didn't even get one. Jalton, to get one takedown, was minus 1,250, and this man had the audacity to not even get one. I mean, unbelievable. And his only chance to win couldn't even snake one takedown for us. So it is what it is. We won't have one this week because obviously, like I said, no fights this week, right? Yeah, no fights this week. So no fights this week. So we can't craft ourselves a sub or a dub parlay. If you can somehow make one for boxing, wow, give me your book. Give me your book because I'll take that at plus 1 million odds. You know what I mean? But there's no MMA this week, so we're not going to have a parlay at the end of this. But we are going to look at all the best grappling um, performances of the week. Now, before we even do that, let's talk about the best grapplers that we've seen this year, the best performances that we've seen out of any of these guys. I mean, starting early, we had UFC 324, Justin Gaethje, front side headlock on Patty Pimblett. He had 3 takedowns in that bout, and he was 3 for 3, on his route to a unanimous decision, 49-46, 49-46, wonky little 48-47 card right there. But yeah, Justin Gaethje on UFC 324. And if you don't think about it this way, because it didn't partake a lot in that moment, but Gene Silva versus Arnold Allen, UFC 324, you do remember the surfboard incident. I know that. He was 4 for 6 on takedowns in that fight. Keep that in mind. He was 4 for 6 on takedowns on Arnold Allen in that fight. On UFC 325, Benoit Saint-Denis defeated Dan Hooker via TKO punches, round 2, 4 minutes and 45 seconds. Relentless with 9 takedown attempts in that bout, only needing 2 of them, but it ended up, that last takedown ended up giving him the TKO victory, just overwhelmed his opponent. I think Herb Dean was the referee for that one. And then last on UFC 325, it was Lawrence Louis beating Sulang Rainbow, getting a split decision win. He was 7 for 15 on his takedowns. That's right. 7 for 15 on the takedowns. Yeah. I'm not fucking around. 7 for 15 is pretty wild. So yeah, those are the most dominant grapplers. We had 2 on each card so far. We got actually a couple more entries this week. All right. I mean, main eventers were having some grappling display. I know that. So let's talk about the first main event. Let's talk about UFC Fight Night, Bautista versus Oliveira. All right. So let's first look at the stats here. I mean, off the rip, let's look at these stats here. Come on. Mario Bautista, Vinicius Oliveira, knockdowns, total strikes, significant strikes, classic stuff. We're not looking at that. We're looking at the takedowns. Look at Mario Bautista, brother. 5 of 7. 5 of 7. 7 takedown attempts. Mind you, this ended in the second round. Yeah, this ended at the end of the second round. This is in 2 rounds. This man had 7 takedown attempts. Jato that made it had 9 and 3. So similar pace, but the difference was our man here was able to actually take him down. And look at that. That was the only thing that he needed. 1 submission attempt. He needed 1 submission attempt to finish this fight. As soon as he saw that opening on his neck, he yanked it up and absolutely finished him with a beautiful submission attempt. And you know what? Since I'm such a nice guy, and we didn't do this last week, so I decided I'm going to bring in some highlights this week. It has to be done. TKO Tuesday survived this Tuesday. So, this is what we're doing here. This is what we're doing. I'm going to provide you that highlight from our guy, Mario Bautista. Let's switch views here so I don't block anything. The fuck just happened here? No. Oh, I see what happened. Here we go. There you go. I mean, my man yanked this up quick. I'll full screen it. Celebrating like a motherfucker because he knows he just got one of the easier ones. Look at that. As soon as the opening was there, look how quick he had Vinicius Oliveira tapping. That was one of the quicker taps we've seen in quite some time. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, he left nothing there for him. He was like, yeah, no, let me get up out of here. I don't like that. I don't like that one a little bit. So yeah, the dominant performance from Mario Bautista. I mean, the stats spoke for themselves. He's going to remain as one of our dominant grappling performances. He has to with a performance like that. I mean, the man pretty much blanked Vinicius Oliveira. He did it on the feet. He did it on the ground. He did it everywhere. And he used his grappling as his premier, let's say, tool to keep Vinicius Oliveira on the back foot because he was like, well, my best chance is to win on the feet, clearly. Even though all of his finished losses came by TKO, this was the first time he was submitted in his career. So shout out to Mario Bautista. Fantastic victory. I mean, we saw it coming. Not a lot of people did, but we saw it coming. So shout out to him, man. Shout out to him. Big win. Big win. And that's why he deserves to be one of my dominant grapplers of the week. I also wanted to mention another grappler. Let's bring in the stats one more time. What is it? This one? Yeah, let's bring in the stats one more time. Farid Basharat and G Matsumoto. Now, I've already said this. I thought G Matsumoto won this bout. I know the damage was on the side of Farid Basharat, but I did think, just looking at the stats alone, one would think that G Matsumoto won this fight. Beat him on total strikes, pretty even on significant strikes, overwhelmed him on takedowns, 7 of 11. That's a pretty high percentage as opposed to 2 for 7. So one would think that G Matsumoto won this fight, but he didn't. I just wanted to highlight that grappling should have won him the fight. He was dominant in his grappling. Again, 7 of 11 on takedown attempts. But Farid Basharat had the damage, and again, damage is the first criteria in MMA scoring in the UFC. So Farid Basharat didn't have to win this bout. I in no way think this was a robbery. I do think that this was a split decision, depending on where you were sitting, how you saw it. This was a split decision and victory through and through. But yeah, 7 of 11 on grappling. Pretty nice. No submission attempts from either guy, as you can see there. No submission attempts, unfortunately. But yeah, it was a fun fight. There was some damage being landed. There was some fun scrambles, takedowns being landed, getting back up. We didn't know who was going to win in the end, and the judges gave it to Farid Basharat. Both Basharat brothers walk away with a win. All right. And the last grappling performance that I want to talk about, guys, prelim action here. That's right. My man Jacob Wicklax and Muin Gafarov. All right, look at these strikes. Look at these takedowns. 2 for 5, Gafarov, and was winning this fight until he made a key mistake here. He left that neck open. He did it once earlier in the fight. He did it again here. Jacob Wicklax yanked it up, guillotine style, had the top position. Muin Gafarov was doing his best to get out of the round, but as you can see there, submission, 3rd round, 4 minutes and 59 seconds. Okay, submits him in the very final round, in the very last second of that bout. And yeah, motherfucker, we're going to go ahead and take a look at it because we have to. We have to. It's only right. It's only right. Let me get this in for you bastards here. There you go. Let me full screen this shit too. He's kicking out. Look at him kick out too. His little legs going. Look at how gassed he is right here. He's like, fuck. He's so tired. Let me bring the chat in too. My bad, chat. I keep forgetting to bring the chat in. Oh, look how gassed he is. Just cooked. Just absolutely cooked. Just and took his own mouthpiece out. He's like, thank God the mouthpiece was getting in the way of my breathing holes. Don't forget to mention you work with stray animals. Caso says you don't like men and women banging. Get out of here. It's all good. No one watched PFL anyways, aside from like 100 of us. It's less visible than LFA. Sean Strickland Peruvian necktie round 3, 3 minutes 36 seconds and 145 and no tap, but ref has to save an unconscious Fluffy at plus 8,500 million. Oh shit. Blood and Beer says Octopus, and then change that name, Octopus with one friend. And then what do you think about UFC cutting Javid Basharat? I didn't know that. What? Javid's gone? They cut him? So even they thought he lost that bout, huh? I'm just kidding. Well, Gianni Vasquez made a great account of himself. They didn't cut Gianni, did they, Blood and Beer? I hope they didn't cut him. But shit, that must have been what, in the last day or so? I mean, it is only Wednesday. So that must have been real recent. But damn, Javid's gone. So only Fareed stands. I guess that's why they put Fareed on the main card and Javid on the prelims. They were wow, wowzers. I guess they both didn't win in the end. Tough. It is what it is. But yeah, so those are the dominant grappling performances from UFC Vegas 113, aka UFC Fight Night. Bautista versus Vinicius Oliveira. I mean, two great submission wins. We call those submission victories. Hopefully, we can call some good ones just like that next week. I will be round robining from this point out. I'm stupid to not. It's stupid to not do a round robin when I do these. Like, especially with the odds that we were getting. What was Jacob Wicklax like plus 800? I know Bautista was like plus 210, but like Wicklax was like, it was a pretty sub prop. It was a pretty sub prop I dropped off for y'all. So I hope some of y'all were able to cash on singles. I hope some of y'all were able to cash on anything in relation to that. I mean, Wicklax was a dog, so I gave that out as well. So yeah, just show some love by subscribing to the channel, sharing with a friend, liking the video below, and yeah, generally just stop being a bitch. All right, appreciate you. All right, so moving on, let's talk about PFL Dubai. PFL Dubai, it was Nurmagomedov versus Davis. We had a bunch of grappling performances that were amazing on this card as well. I mean, I'm not going to show you guys the stats on this because that website, it's a great stat. It's a great app. Okay. I can agree that it is a great app, but the website slows your computer down like no end. I would not recommend going to the website, but the app is pretty solid. If you need fight stats, if you need any sort of stats, again, it's SofaScore. I have no relation to them at all. I'm just saying that's what I use for my PFL stats. Okay. That's what I use for my PFL stats. I use SofaScore, the app. All right, it's good stats for any sport. They have all sports on there, but I use it mainly for PFL. UFC does a good job of getting their stats out there. But the first that we'll talk about is Usman Nurmagomedov, guys. I mean, Usman Nurmagomedov for the dubber, baby. For the dubber. We called that. I mean, we did say this fight had high sub possibility. You know, we were saying lots of things about how Gadzhiev did not perform like he was supposed to in his bout, coming from the same exact team, similar training partners. They could not make this mistake again. So we knew that Usman would come in here and try to finish this fight. We didn't know if he would get his like 8th straight decision in a row or something like that, but we had an idea. Okay. But check out my man Usman Nurmagomedov. You know what? I'm going to go above the chat this time. Fuck it. I'm going to go above the chat this time. Putting out Alfie Davis right here at the end of round 2, I believe it was. Let me check the stats. But look at this. Oh, round 3. Sorry, at the end of round 3. Look at this. Oh, man, through the ref's legs. Just looks like he's just trying to hold on to a choke. But again, Alfie Davis is out. Look at that grip strength. Took him out right there. Alfie's already out. Oh, my lordy, lordy, lord. What grip strength. Islam not even surprised. He's just clapping for the cameras. He's like, yes, I knew, brother. He has no grappling. You know, like Islam knew. Khabib's just happy that his record isn't completely stained on the night. I mean, they did have that Kasimov loss, but beautiful submission victory for our man Usman Nurmagomedov. Look at that Sally. Look at that Sally, boy. But yeah, Usman Nurmagomedov, gorgeous submission victory. Again, he was 3 for 4 on takedowns in that bout. 3 for 4 on takedowns. So he started the bout kicking heavily with Alfie Davis, leg kicks, going up high, mixing it up. Then he started mixing in takedowns. Then Alfie Davis started getting desperate because he was losing rounds. Then Alfie Davis starts throwing unorthodox strikes. And that's when Usman goes heavily into his grappling game plan. And then ends up getting takedown after takedown. The last one he needed, ended up getting that sub up against the fence. So yeah, 4 takedown attempts, 3 of them successful, and a submission attempt for Usman Nurmagomedov. That's what got him the victory. So dominant grappling performance in that bout. I expected nothing less from him. I really didn't. I mean, shout out to Usman Nurmagomedov. The next fighter that we're going to talk about, Another dominant grappling performance. I mean, what? What? Puya Ramani defeats Carl Williams via arm triangle choke. Who had that? And who had dominant grappling performance out of Ramani in this one? We had Ramani by TKO. He ends up getting an arm triangle choke round 2, 3 minutes and 41 seconds. Guess what? He was 3 for 7 on his takedowns. 3 for 7. And then he gets his submission attempt on Carl Williams. It should have been a crucifix TKO. Referee thinks heavyweights aren't landing enough damage for some reason. Okay. And then he yanks up the sub and gets it quickly because at that point, Carl was expecting the TKO, I bet. And it still wasn't coming. So then, we ended up getting the sub. So shout out to Puya Ramani. Check this one out. I'll go full screen on this one. Why not? I'll go above the chat. Oh, no, this is the wrong one. What the hell is this? I might have copied the wrong one. It's supposed to be Puya Ramani, but it might be Usman. Oh, here we go. There we go. Here's Puya Ramani. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. What was that? Carl Williams getting subbed? Who had Carl Williams getting subbed? But yeah, grappling performance out of Puya Ramani shows many wrinkles to his game, quieting the haters, so to speak. You could see him putting a finger to his lip there. But yeah, Puya Ramani with a dominant grappling performance. I don't think that'll stay in our top list, but solid performance out of Puya Ramani. Now, Renat Kavalov had a dominant performance over Edgar Scrivers. He doesn't get a finish, but he gets a unanimous decision win, 30-27 across the board. He goes 6 for 7 on his takedowns. 6 for 7 on takedowns. He gets 7 minutes of control time in this fight and absolutely just steamrolls Edgar Scrivers to a unanimous decision victory. So I wanted to mention his performance as well because, again, 6 for 7 on takedowns is really solid. I mean, he only failed on one takedown attempt, and he probably got it on the second attempt. Let's be real. Okay. We need to talk about this performance because of the submission aspect of it, and we called the sub. Hopefully you cashed. Hopefully you were able to cash on this as well. But Luke Traynor defeats Rob Wilkinson via submission, guillotine choke, round 1, 3 minutes and 48 seconds. He was 0 for 1 on takedowns, but guess what? The one takedown that Rob Wilkinson got, he used against him and was able to sub him with it. So we're going to go ahead and look at the Luke Traynor over Rob Wilkinson sub. I mean, we have to. It's only right. I mean, we call this exactly to a T. Luke Traynor yanked up the neck as soon as he saw it open. I mean, come on, let's give me my motherfucking flowers, yo. Look at Luke Traynor selling over Dan Hardy. Oh yeah, look at this. Oh, leave that neck there, and he's gonna grab it. Adjusts right here. Adjusts. Fences in the way. He has nowhere to go. He keeps cranking, gets the angle, forces the tap. And Luke Traynor with the celly. You love to see it. Look at that. What a fucking monster. What a monster. Shout out to Luke Traynor. Shout out to his team. I love when I'm right, so I like to bask in the glory of a fat win. So shout out to Luke Traynor. Let's go. We also had another Khabib on this card. Another Khabib, not the one you're thinking of. You're thinking of Nurmagomedov, aren't you? This one trains with him, but his last name is Nabiev. He had a dominant grappling performance. I mean, let's talk about his grappling performance real quick. I mean, he gets a TKO via ground and pound over Ahmed Sami, round 2, 2 minutes and 26 seconds. He goes 2 for 6 on his takedowns, but 6 takedown attempts, started wearing his opponent down with all those repeated takedown attempts. And by round 2, he couldn't stop him anymore. Gets his takedowns, gets to that dominant position, cuts his opponent, and then gets the ground and pound victory. And if you don't believe me, go ahead and check it out for your damn self. My man Khabib Nabiev with his team behind him, obviously Team Abdulmanap. Look at this. Gets in the dominant position, frames with the elbow, pushes off, gets the full mount. He tries to buck, can't go anywhere, keeps the full mount, just keeps raining down strikes, ground and pound, boom. Oh, yeah, it's over. Blood getting everywhere. Just absolutely everywhere. All over him, all over his opponent, all over the mat. Just TKO victory win. And yeah, there you go. Islam, Khabib, all them boys. Even Islam shaking his head like, God damn, what an ass whooping. Even Islam over there shaking his head like, God, you ain't got to do him like that. God damn. You didn't have to beat him down like that. My Lord. And this last one we want to talk about on the PFL. I mean, this guy had an upset. An upset. We didn't think it would happen by sub, but we saw an upset being a possibility. He used his opponent's grappling against him. Hyder Khan tried to put the pace on him, used his takedowns. Eventually, he got caught. Joni Gregory defeats Hyder Khan via submission, guillotine choke, round 1 minute and 18 seconds. He was 0 for 1 on his takedowns, but he didn't need takedowns because he used his opponent's takedown against themselves, okay? Now we're going to go check on Hyder Khan's submission here quickly before we get up on out of here. Again, this is one of the dogs of the card that was able to pull his submission victory off he was able to get his opponent caught in this trap. I'm going to show you guys. It's a slow motion replay as well. So here we go. Joni Gregory. Oh shit. Here we go. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He's tapping right there, but we're going to look at the sequence leading up to it. Right here, he forces the quick. It seems like a quick tap, but he was trying to yank on the sub for a little minute here before he forced it. Hyder Khan did everything that he could to get out of this, but yeah, slow motion replay for me. Rewind, selecta. All right, here we go. Boom. 1-2, 1-2. He shoots, uses the takedown against him, sees that neck, puts his arm underneath. Tries to find it with the right, still fishing, trying to posture, still fishing right here. And then he finally gets his hands connected, connects him. Hyder Khan trying to get out of it, thinks about tapping right there, gets rolled over. All right. Thinks about tapping right here, and then gets rolled over. And this is when it's over. Then he's like, all right, fuck, I'm done. Top position. And then Joni Gregory gets the submission victory win. Shout out to Joni Gregory with a huge win, and shout out to the dominant grapplers of this card. I imagine Mario Bautista will stay in our ranks. I imagine Usman Nurmagomedov will stay in our ranks. I'm not sure about the other guys, but those are the two performances that stick out to me being dominant, and that should stay on our list. I hope you guys enjoyed the content. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Again, no fights this week. So we don't have any parlays for you guys, unfortunately. But if you come by next week, your boy will have some takedown props for you on UFC Houston. He will have some submission props for you. He will even drop off a TKO prop for you on Tuesday. So please, guys, don't forget to like the video before you get on out of here. Subscribe to the channel. All right. Show some love. And again, tune into the other shows that we do throughout the week. Matchmaker Monday, where we matchmake for all the MMA cards that we had over the weekend. You know, we have Clubber, Subber, Dubbers. So on Tuesdays, we have our TKO props. Hump Day, which is today, we do our grappler props and our grapplers. And then we take Thursdays off because Fridays we do CP units and so on and so forth. And we keep the fight sphere rolling. All right. That's what we do here. Cosmo says, where is Luke Trainer from in England? That is a great question. I can look that up right now. I forget where. He's from Stevenage. It says here on Tapology, Stevenage. Not sure. Not sure exactly where that is. This is the first time I'm hearing of it, if I'm being honest. And why doesn't PFL have cards when the UFC is off? I would absolutely capitalize on that if I were them, but obviously you can't player schedule one step behind. They're operating on a different timeline than the UFC is operating on. So maybe that's a little bit too short notice for them. So they just try to stay out of the way of the big cards and then let the cards fall where they may. I think they've been doing a great job of staying out of the way. Not too many head-to-head slots. They're usually doing daytime when the UFC is doing nighttime. They're capitalizing on that, which is a great strategy. I think they should continue the European scene and the Middle Eastern scene so that their cards never overlap and we could have full days of MMA. So I'm really happy with what PFL is doing. I have no problems, no issues. They're doing exactly what I expect from them. There's a couple of zigs where they should zag here and there, but nobody's perfect, right? Nobody's perfect. And hopefully the PFL hits me up one day and want to do some work with me. It is what it is. If they don't, you can't always get what you want. I have some opportunities that I fucked up on in my life too. You know what I mean? But I appreciate you guys. Hope you guys like the content. Also, please subscribe to the channel. We're trying to get to 800 subs. So if you can be so kind, scan the QR code right here. It'll subscribe you to the YouTube page. If not, don't forget, you can also follow on socials to show your love. If you're not that kind of guy, follow on socials. Scan the QR code. It will still subscribe you to the YouTube. But follow one of these socials. One More Round Fights everywhere. It is what it is. One More Round F8 on X. Yeah. Thank you guys for showing love to the channel. Hit that like on the way out. Enjoy the rest of your week. I'll see you guys maybe on Sunday. Again, if you guys can get the subscribers to 760 by the end of Saturday, then we'll do a subscriber watch along on Sunday for Zuffa Boxing. But we didn't hit the goal 750, so I got to raise it. Now it's got to be 760. If you don't hit 760, no watch long, and I'm enjoying my Sunday. All right. So enjoy the rest of your week. Maybe I'll see you Sunday. If not, I'll see you Tuesday for TKO Tuesday. I'm out.
Televised, half-ass rappers that should be lucky they just survive. They hearts filled with hate, vanity, and petty lies. But me, I'm a steady guy, never flip-flop, I'm hip-hop. Rest of any kind, stringing to my lingo. Reminiscing like the Sega and Nintendo, the endo. Strong cause I feel like I went back in time. Spacing off, staring out, losing track of my artistic, fantastic mind. So I grab the gas, refuel, and I pack it down. And I'm glad to find that I don't need wings or rebel to have to fly. Well, that's a sigh of relief, that's a sign. Tell I don't have to touch, I'ma grab the sky. Make it turn from day to nightfall, here in rapid time. Got them all thinking that I'm pulling on the type of blinds. Maybe acid, psychedelics on my menu to the casket. Otherwise I'm dead inside.